Hello, I'm Kelly and I channel my spirit guides, and I'm cutting my own hair these days, so I don't know what to do next. But Nana Anna told me to channel about quantum mirror work, like these videos are. I watch the videos a lot to hear the message again, and now when I think back about all the videos, they were teaching me in those videos, and I'm reminded of what they were teaching me when I go back and watch, and then having other people watch them. It's a form of accountability. And then I thought, okay, quantum mirror work is also like AI. AI is just a supercomputer gathering information from everything that's ever been posted on the internet, and then being programmed to tell you what it says. So there are in that programming, someone else set up the discernment of how that communication would happen, which is why you can't trust AI as a Holy Spirit, but you can use it as a tool to get information beyond your programming. You can program yourself with AI. So, but don't be rigid about it, because you have to stay flexible enough to discern whether or not you resonate with what AI told you. So it's a tool to give you information. It's like an encyclopedia. That's how I use it, like an encyclopedia. And then I get to go in and go, okay, not quite like that. No, a little bit like that. Okay, so you get to be the artist, but AI is doing all the work. So, and then early on, I wanted to call channeling, like, describe it as coordinated schizophrenia, because I'm listening to voices, but it's in a coordinated way. Whereas now they want to call it quantum mirror work, because I'm going into my third eye, which is the quantum realm. It's another dimension, and I'm watching how I respond to whatever pops up in my head. They call it an imagination, and when we're children, as though it's this kind of like playground of infinite. And that's true, but they are also memories. Everything that comes in your mind, it's a memory. So we had past lives that we're going to start remembering more of now. And part of those past lives involved extraterrestrials. And all of that is information for us to survive, right? Our past teaches us how to be where we are. So if we're cut off from our parents, if we're cut off from our true history, we're orphans. So we're all on the planet being cut off from the correct information about reality, making us orphans. And that was designed so that we would explore free will to go into a realm where God is not in control. We are, and we have an infinite potential to choose from. And that's kind of what Earth is like as heaven, is that you're going to be able to come here and be exposed to every possible option there is. That's why Twitter, or Twitter only allows short feeds, but TikTok, you know, you can only have a video on TikTok that's like 15 seconds long. If it's longer than 15 seconds, people are falling asleep. So, but it's set up like that so you can have an abundance to choose from. You just get little snippets of whatever you could possibly think of watching. And you could go deeper into that and expand that. So the world is set up right now for you to explore anything your heart desires. And Trump would say, if you're not, he's winning because he's playing the game. He knows how the game is set up, and he knows how it works, and he's winning. So be like him. Figure out how the game works and invest in yourself. Anything else, Nana Anna? Could you tell me about John? John Ben Zachariah, John the Baptist, Mugwort. I have Mugwort in my kitchen. I found it. It was in a different cupboard. I put it in the medicine cupboard. I took it out of my smoke bag and put it in the medicine cupboard. And then when I was getting spices out, I found it there. And I was like, oh, I found it. So advice on Mugwort and the astral realm. Talk about quantum mirror. We're going into the astral realm. Okay. Dear Kelly. You're giggling because I giggle a lot. That's where the giggling is coming from. Nana Anna likes to giggle. She's a giggler because she's explored heavy, dense experiences. She was born as a walk-in. She wasn't a baby when she came onto the planet. Her soul took over the body of another woman who was dying in childbirth, and it was agreed upon before they came in to do that. In her book, I've been telling you to read it. Go read it. You will not believe what you read. It's crazy. So, so Nana Anna came into this woman's body as this woman, and this woman's soul left. So she's called a walk-in. That's what a walk-in is. And she, I don't know why she chose that. Why did you choose the walk-in method? Well, it's because I had the technology to do it. The birth process is good for karmic lessons because you need your childhood programming to go through. And that can be, your childhood programming can be a lot of karma that you have to deal with. So parents are feeling guilty because they're not perfect, but their children chose them for karmic reasons to overcome. It was their contract to take on certain challenges in this life. So Nana Anna did not want the challenges of childhood. She didn't want to experience that, so she came in later. But she did go through childbirth and mothering young children, many, 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 many children. She had lots of children. So she understands that lifestyle. It's not a good enough explanation of the walk-in, but we don't want to focus on that. Again, those could take on, we need a lot more space for that. So let's get back to quantum mirror work. The astral realm, you're asking about Mugwort and you're asking about John the Baptist. And yes, John would, and he was a forest guy. He liked to go into the forest a lot. And that's because I taught him. I noticed in him when he was a child that he had an affinity for nature. And so I encouraged him to go into the forest. And there's a lot going on in there. It's one of the veils. It's veiled, what's going on in the forest. Because we want you to be curious and choose it. The veiling exists so that there's options for you, right, moms? Got to give your kids options, or they don't want to cooperate. You tell them what to do and they're like, no. Red or blue? Okay, red. Right? So, so when you go into the forest, if you have an affinity, if you're drawn to stuff, then it's part of your blueprint to explore that topic. Otherwise, it would never occur to you. It doesn't occur to anybody Kelly knows of to go into the forest. Nobody's doing it. I don't understand why, because it smells good, it's pretty, the animals are fun. I don't know. It's the best place to be. I just want like a lounge chair out here, or you know, like a big fluffy blanket and pillows, and like, yeah, I just want to hang out in the forest. It's like the best ambiance. Ambiance is important. So yes, John would go into the forest and he resonated with the birds and the plants and the animals. They were his friends. And because he was already drawn to the forest, I knew his frequency was going to be protected to explore the astral realm. And so I initiated him in the ways of Mugwort and how to use the plant medicine to access the fifth dimensional potential that you can see in your third eye. So he would go out into the forest, and for years I would have him meditate out there and just commune with the animals and spend time and play and build forts and enjoy the toys that are in nature. Because Earth is a living library that was designed by cosmic geneticists. Okay, Nana Anna's identity outside of the earthly realm is as an extraterrestrial. I'm seeing Arcturus. Is that true? She's Arcturian. And I mean, we all kind of have millions of past lives. Who knows? Thousands? Who knows? It's infinite, right? But right now, the story of Arcturus is coming up in my head. I don't know anything. I heard that marijuana came from Andromeda, and now Nana Anna's from Arcturus. And oh yeah, why is marijuana called that? Why did you choose Mary Juana? Mary and Juan is John. So, well, John's a master of the plant medicines. He's a shaman. In that lifetime, he became a shaman. That's why he doesn't care about shaving anything, and, you know, he's scruffy looking. Because he just wanted to be barefoot in the forest all the time. He felt safe there. It was a refuge from all of the chaos going on in the city. You know, he could go out into the forest and just be safe and chill, because the frequency there is the closest to Lemuria you're going to find. It's deep in the forest. And so when you go deep in the forest and you remember the amygdala holds the is that memory? Holds the smells, especially the smells. You got sound healing, and music is really powerful. Smell is really good for remembering things. And when you're out in the forest in the morning, when there's dew in the air, the smell is different. There's different smells that come out with water. Because everything's information, and you're either looking at ones and zeros, you're looking at information flowing through a conductive source, or you're looking at information being blocked by an insulation of some type. It's not good or bad. It's just limitations, levels of limitations. So the more that you can receive prana from living food, bare feet electrically communicating with the electricity of the earth, because that's just a phone line. It's the electricity in your body and in earth, and then walking barefoot. What's that word where the cord goes from the wall to the computer? It's I don't know. My kids always talk about stuff. Instead of Wi-Fi, you're directly plugged in when you put your bare feet on the earth. You're plugged into the information of earth, and the earth is holding the entire history. You know, Earth's Akashic records are stored in her core, and it holds Lemurian history, it holds Atlantean history, all of that history. You just plug yourself in by going barefoot, by touching a tree, by smelling a rose, or whatever flower, or whatever plant, or whatever herb. Okay? Access prana through life. You just be with life, and it will chill you out, and it will heal you. So yes, John was a master with the plant medicines. He was a shaman. He understood marijuana. He understood mugwort. He understood these things, but he also knew they had to be veiled. So Mary Magdelene took on the responsibility of the veiling, and John's lineage were the shamans. Okay? And they're all over the planet. Okay? John the Baptist began shamanism. I'm not the only one, Kelly, Nana Anna speaking, I'm not the only one establishing lineages, but John is my lineage. John is my descendant, okay? And his descendants were one of the 144,000, along with Mary Magdalene and Jesus and whatever those stories are. You got to go read the sequel. I can't afford to buy it yet. It's not on my list of priorities yet, and I can't find an audio, so, and it's not in any library that I've found. I have to go. It's not at Pal's. I actually was at Pal's looking for it, and they didn't carry it, so I have to go online and buy it. And I probably can in a couple days. Okay, I'll get to it. So the mystery schools are coming back, and John was also a scribe, so he was taking notes of stuff. And yeah, go ahead, go check out the Mugwort and the Astral realm, and go ahead and bring a blanket out in a spot that you can lie down. Okay, that's a great idea. This feels complete, and so it is. Namaste.